In this video, we are going to see the classification of signals and system. So, what is the definition of signal? What are the types of signals? So, this information is already explained in my previous video. So, hope you can see that one. Now, let us move on to the next category of signals. So, the types of signals. If I know some signal x of t, that is cos t or sin t, then what is the amount that can deliver? I should estimate so that I can use it in practical application. So whether it is even signal or odd signal, depending upon that I can use it in some other applications. So to analyze this one, I should know this basic category of signals. So we'll see what are the different types of signals. First one is what? Energy and power signal. So energy signal is defined as with this formula, that is limit t tends to infinite, integral from minus infinite to infinite, mod x of t whole square dt. So what is this mod x of t whole square? X of t means input signal whatever we have considered. That mod square means what? We are considering its amplitude square. So for a duration of time, defined time, I am calculating all its amplitude squares so that I can estimate the energy of input signal. So if a signal has to be energy signal, it should hold some finite amount of energy. Similarly, if a signal has to be defined power, it should have certain amount of power. That is a basic definition. If it is a value, existable value, then I can say it is power signal. Then here we can see the power formula. So this formula already we have seen, that is energy. So the energy over a defined average time period is called as power. So this 1 by 2t means, this t means time period. So I am taking the entire time period within the time duration, how much of energy is there, that indication is power. This is for continuous signal and this is for discrete signal representation. In place of t, I have represented with n, where n is a perfect integer value. Next, so we'll see in detail of energy signal. The definition is, a signal is said to be energy signal if and only if it has finite energy and zero average power. So finite energy already we have discussed, and zero average power. When I calculate the power for this, if it is zero, then only I can say it is energy signal. If only finite energy is there and power is also there, then we can't say it is energy signal. So it should have finite energy as well as zero average power. This is about energy signal definition. Next, all time limited signals of finite amplitude are energy. The statement is indicating finite amplitude, means if I square that finite amplitude, I'll definitely get finite value. So energy is finite means I can say it is energy signal. Next, power signal definition. A signal is said to be power signal if and only if it has infinite energy but finite average power. So means what? Power has to be finite. Already we have seen this statement, but the other condition is what? Energy has to be infinite. If I substitute in the energy formula for that signal, it has to get infinite value. Then only I can say the signal is power signal. Next, so power signal possesses finite average power and infinite energy. That's it. So next, by depending upon these two definitions of signals, we have some conclusions we'll see, which are very, very important. So first one is what? If a signal value approaches 0, as t tends to infinite, then the signal is energy signal. Means what? Indirectly, when t is tending to infinite, amplitude is 0. Means that amplitude I am not considering. But when t is not tending to infinite, means for a duration of defined time interval, my amplitude is existed. If amplitude is there, means what? I can square it, then I can say it is energy signal. That's it. Next, all periodic signals with infinite duration are power signals, but not all periodic signals are energy signals. This statement means what? All periodic signals with infinite duration are power signal. Infinite duration means what? T tends to infinite, means amplitude will value also I have to consider. So every amplitude value, if I add so on up to so on to infinite, then obviously energy is infinite. If energy is infinite means what? Indirectly it is power signal. That's why I'm saying it is All periodic signals with infinite duration are power signal. All periodic signals with finite duration are energy signals. That's it. Simple logic. If it is infinite there means infinite energy. Infinite energy is there means what? It is power signal. That's it. But we can't say that aperiodic signals are energy signals. We have to substitute in the formula. Then only we can give this conclusion. Next, what is the third statement? Any signal f of t that has finite amplitude within a finite duration and elsewhere is an energy signal. This is a simple definition of energy signal only. Finite amplitude is there means what? It is energy signal. Next, fourth one. Some signals may neither be power signal nor energy signal. So if I substitute in the formula for energy as well as power, both values, if energy is there, power is also there, or else both are 0, or else both are undefined, that case is also there. So the examples are exponential and parabolic growing signals. So by taking an example, we can know this. Next, fifth one is what? Any signal may be either energy signal or power signal, but can't be energy and power signal. So a signal can't be energy and power. Both it can't do. So a signal may be energy or power. Only one is possible. So this is about the conclusions we have seen from the definitions. So here some problems are there for our assessment. So that's why I have given. If anybody is interested, can please try. Next, so these are all previous questions itself. That's why I have given. Next is what? Causal and non-causal. First category we have seen energy and power. Now we are going for causal and non-causal. Non-causal is also called as anti-causal. So we'll see what is this definition. Any continuous time signal f of t is said to be causal if and only if f of t equals to 0 for t less than 0. Means what? When t is less than 0 means negative time, the signal should not exist. Indirectly what it is describing? Causal signal exists for only positive values. And the reverse is what? Non-causal signal exists for only negative value. Here you can see, otherwise the signal is called non-causal signal. And the statement is what? F of t equals to 0 for t greater than 0. Complete reverse of this. So this is about anti-causal. Next, this is for continuous signal I have given. Similarly, discrete signal also we can say. In place of t we have to write n, where n is a integer value. That's it. The statement is same. So the conclusion what I can give is all causal signals are right-sided signals. Simple. Right-sided means what? Positive values of time. Positive values of time means what? Causal signal only. That's it. So these are some examples. One I can explain. Cos 4t. 3 cos 4t is there. Cos of minus theta, we know cos theta means it is a positive signal. So this all values exist for only positive time. By seeing itself I can say it is causal signal. That's it. We may expect this for 2-mark question. So these are also previous questions you may try. Next category is what? Third one, even and odd signals. So when a signal is said to be even and when a signal is said to be odd. So even means what? If, let me take x of t as my input. In place of t, if I substitute minus t, then also I should get my x of t back. So then I can say it is even signal. If not, if I substitute in place of t as minus t, if I get minus x of minus t, then I can say it is odd signal. So let me give even example, odd example. Even, I have taken 3 time samples, that is minus 1, 0, 1. If I replace this x of t with minus t, minus of minus 1, plus 1 sample, 0 minus 0, 0 itself. In place of 1, if I substitute minus 1, in this case also I am getting the 3 values which I have got in x of t. Minus 1, 0, 1. That's why I am saying this as even signal. Then what about here? Example is sin t. As we know, sin of minus theta is minus sin theta. Then I can say it is odd. Here even we can give example also cos. Cos of minus t is cos t. So that's why this is even signal. Cos is even, sin is odd. In that manner we can say. And here the even and odd portions of signal formulas are given. So this is for x of t. If I replace this t with minus, then I'll get this value. So X of t is there, x of minus t is there. By taking these two conditions, I'll get even portion and odd portion. Simple mathematical calculations. Just equation 1 and 2 is there, 1 plus 2 and 1 minus 2. By doing this, I'll get even portion as well as odd portion of signal. This is about even and odd. We have seen three types of signals. Now coming to the fourth one, that is periodic and aperiodic signals. This we have seen already. Periodic means what? Name itself saying it should repeat continuously its portion. So the best example is sinusoidal signal. Sine will repeat its structure again and again because it looks same in their entire portion of time. So sinusoidal cos signals are best examples for periodic. In the similar manner, aperiodic means what? It won't repeat its pattern for a duration of time. So the best example is unit impulse, I can say. Unit impulse is defined only for time 0 value. But it won't repeat for time 1, 2, 3 like that. In that manner, I can say it is aperiodic signal. Now we have seen 4 different types of signals. First one is energy and power. Second one is causal and non-causal. Third one is even and odd. Fourth one is periodic and aperiodic. Now the last one is deterministic and random signal. So this is simple category. Deterministic means what? Name itself saying the signal should be determinable. Means for a particular time I know its shape. Shape means what? Its amplitude. So at what time its amplitude is what? That is measurable. Then I can say it is deterministic. Random means I can't determine. So the best example for this deterministic is a voice, speech signal. Similarly for random, it is noise signal. So these are the basic types of signals. Thank you.